And so let's look at phase jitter. Phase jitter is calculated from integrating the area underneath the phase noise plot and within some bandwidth. So the plot on the right there is a phase noise plot, as we saw before, and below it you can see a specialized piece of software being used to calculate the jitter. And the integration bandwidth that's being used is 12 kilohertz to 20 megahertz, and the result is 8.3 femtoseconds. And you can see on the plot there's one yellow line which is at the 12 kilohertz mark, and the 20 megahertz mark is right out at the far end of the phase noise plot. So let's use exactly the same phase noise plot we had before and change the integration bandwidth. This time 637 kilohertz to 10 megahertz, and now we see 5.8 femtoseconds instead. And for a third time, let's use exactly the same phase noise plot again, and this time we'll integrate between 2 Hz and 10 megahertz, and we see 200 femtoseconds. So very different results depending on the integration bandwidth. So we've seen the same phase noise plot with 3 different integration bandwidths, and we see 3 very different results for the phase jitter. That tells us that the bandwidth is very important to check. Now, 12 kilohertz to 20 megahertz is the most common bandwidth that you'll see on an oscillator datasheet. And that's used by people in the oscillator industry because we need something to compare one product to another. We need some way to quickly explain why the phase noise and phase jitter on this product is better than that product, or perhaps we want to compare our competitors' products to our own and we want some commonality in the way that we do the measurement. But why 12 kilohertz to 20 megahertz, you might ask? Well, I had a little look on the internet and I found this information, and it tells me that 12 kilohertz to 20 megahertz in fact came from the original Sonnet optical fiber specs, and they were quite a long time ago when they were introduced. And you can see that the other integration bandwidths that I quoted there have come from other applications. So it's important to consider when you're looking at a phase jitter value whether the integration bandwidth is 12 kilohertz to 20 megahertz and therefore a good comparison between this product and another product, or is it in fact the integration bandwidth that's necessary for your application, or is it some totally arbitrary figure and shouldn't be used in comparisons at all?